Chapter 6, The Shift at the Crossroad. And God said, Go. There's a moment in every life where the corner can't hold you anymore. Not because you got stronger. Not because life got easier. But because God spoke. I'll never forget it. I was standing at that same familiar spot. Same street. Same air. Same history. But this time, greater than something had shifted. Wind faced the wind felt different. It wasn't just the weather. It was like the atmosphere got lighter, like something lifted off my back. For years, that corner called to me. It pulled at my thoughts, my body, my old habits. Sometimes just to ride through, sometimes just to sit, sometimes just to watch. But this time, the pull was gone. And the presence of God was strong. Greater than I heard him say, Now. Go. Stop, sign the final test. Let me tell you something about the spirit of Sam. He don't give up easily. When he knows you're about to break free, he'll throw one last illusion in front of you. For me, it was an old opportunity. A familiar voice. A moment of just this one time. A shortcut that looked like a blessing. I paused for a second. Because let's be honest, it still looked good. But my spirit didn't agree. I could have said yes. But I would have lost everything I had been regaining. And I remembered the voice. Greater than, now. Go. So I walked. I drove. I moved. I obeyed. High voltage, what happens when you obey? The grip breaks. The fog clears. The laugh stops. The spiritual traffic light turns green, and you finally cross over. God never forced me. He just made it clear. Greater than, you've seen enough. You've felt enough. You've survived enough. Now it's time to leave. Hooray! And when I left the corner, it didn't cry. It didn't chase me. It didn't collapse. It just watched. Because Sam can't follow where God sends you. The contract was broken. The energy was cut. The soul ties were dissolved. I didn't just drive off. I walked into a new frequency. Dove revelation. There are places that are waiting for you to obey. There are blessings sitting on the other side of one word, go. And you don't have to wait until you're perfect. You don't have to wait until you're strong. You just have to move when God says move. That's the shift. That's the moment. That's the deliverance you didn't have to fight for, just respond to. Fire declaration. Greater than, I declare I will not delay. I declare I will not doubt. I declare I will not dress up dead assignments. I declare I will obey immediately. Greater than, I heard God say go. And I'm gone. Chapter 7, I don't want anything from you, just remember who brought the light. This one's not for applause, it's for remembrance. This ain't a comeback speech. I don't want a handshake. I don't want applause. I don't even want recognition. I just want the truth remembered. Because the truth is, when the lights were off, I was still glowing. When the crowd walked past, God didn't. When I was losing my mind, I was still being held. So this chapter is not a cry for attention. It's a declaration. It's me saying to every person and every spirit that watched me struggle. Greater than, I don't want anything from you. Just remember who brought the light. Candle, I was there when the lights went out. I was there. When I couldn't explain the heaviness. When sleep wasn't safe. When I'd walk into a room and feel spirits shift. When people smiled in my face but prayed for my fall. And Yal said I was dramatic. Too deep. Too intense. Too spiritual. But now look. The same streets that once held me hostage. Now they can't hold my presence. The same corner that once called my name. Now trembles when I pass. They knew my name, but not my pain. Let's keep it real. There were people who laughed at me when I started talking about light. Said I was doing too much when I cut off spiritual attachments. Thought I was crazy when I walked away from money that came with demons attached. But you didn't see what I saw. You didn't hear what I heard. You didn't wake up from the dreams I had to fight my way out of. You just saw the surface. You just saw the smile. But now you're seeing the fire. Now you're watching me walk in what I suffered for. Greater than, and I still don't want anything from you. Greater than, just remember who brought the light. Warning for every demon that tried to mock me. This part is for you. You watched me in silence. You circled me while I was low. You whispered lies while I was praying. You laughed when I was losing everything. But you made one mistake. You forgot that I don't belong to you. You forgot that my oil was pressed in pain. You forgot that the light in me didn't come from the streets, it came from heaven. Now I shine in the same place you tried to bury me. And I still don't want revenge. I don't want credit. I don't want credit from darkness. Greater than I just want you to remember, the light came from me. Fire declaration. Greater than I don't want your attention. I don't want your applause. I don't want your fake, I'm proud of you. I don't want validation from broken mirrors. Greater than I was there in the dark. I was the one who still prayed. I was the one who still believed. I was the one who brought the light. And I still am. Chapter 8, I'm not coming back, and I mean that. This ain't shade. It's closure. I don't need to block you. I don't need to curse you. I don't need to outshine you. I don't even need to prove anything. Because I'm not coming back. And I mean that. Face mask familiar faces, familiar tests. The enemy sends the same test with a different outfit. You ever notice that? Same trap, new tone. Same offer, new voice. Same energy, different name. You'll be minding your business, blowing up in peace. Then here comes that, hey stranger, text. Or that one last offer, that sounds too good. Or someone from your past suddenly missing your vibe. But it's not about the person. It's about the portal. These aren't reunions, they're temptations. Designed to pull you backward. Back into pain. Back into confusion. Back into agreements that you already broke in the spirit. Prohibited, I'm not curious. I'm covered. Let me be clear. I'm not coming back to explain myself. I'm not coming back to heal what you broke. I'm not coming back to relive what almost killed me. I'm not curious about how things would have been. I'm not wondering what you're doing now. I'm not comparing the old version of me to the healed one you never knew. That season is sealed. Running dash when God delivers you, stay delivered. You ever realize how many people get free, and then return to what they escaped? They miss the chaos. Forget the damage. Romanticize the pain. Call the familiar closure. But I made a vow. Greater than if God pulled me out. If I cried and begged for breakthrough. If I fasted, fought, and forgave. If I stood on nothing but faith. Then why would I go back? Dove final words to the past. I don't hate you. I don't fear you. I don't need you. But I also don't need to revisit you. I'm not coming back to the corner. I'm not coming back to that mindset. I'm not coming back to the version of me that tolerated what I now rebuke. Greater than the door is closed. And this time, it's sealed with purpose. Fire declaration. Greater than I am not turning around. I am not picking up what I already laid down. I am not entertaining invitations from my past. I am not called to the corner anymore. I have been rerouted. I am not coming back. Greater than, and I mean that. Chapter 9, the fields, the crossroads, and the cost of the deal. Not everybody came back. Not everybody was kidnapped. I've been living in the South for almost 2 years now. And every time I drive past a corner, or a stretch of cornfield, I feel something. It's not just the wind. It's not just the land. It's the energy. The history. The echo of spirits still lingering in the dirt. Rice plant from city corners to country crossroads. In the city, I passed corners that were alive, spiritually charged with deals, decisions, spirits, and strongholds. But out here, greater than, I pass cornfields. I pass old barns. I pass land that saw pain, prayers, and pacts. And it hits me. It's the same spirit, just wearing different clothes. In the city, the spirit met people on concrete. In the country, it met them in the field. The deals were still made. And the cost was still bloodline deep. Drop of blood, ancestors and agreements. God showed me this. Some people made deals just to survive. Just to escape poverty. Just to avoid another generation of struggle. But those deals didn't just cost them. They cost us. Some of our ancestors, of all colors and creeds, were manipulated into handing over spiritual rights for temporary relief. And now, decades later, we feel the weight. We wonder why some families stay stuck. Why the same addictions follow us. Why we hit a wall every time we rise. Greater than, because the deal wasn't just personal. It was generational. Fire what God showed me, hell ain't far. Years ago, God told me to sit still. He said, I'm going to show you something. I looked up toward the corner of my ceiling. And I saw a vision of hell. It wasn't fire and pitchforks. It was people, still chasing. They were reaching for brand names. Designer clothes. Fame. Status. Influence. Still reaching, in hell. Greater than they never stopped chasing. They were stuck in the deal. Prohibited, some people never came back. We say they were kidnapped. We say they ran away. But the truth. Greater than some were pulled straight into hell. Not because I'm trying to scare you. But because God showed me. These weren't movie scenes. They were spiritual realities. Sam comes for the desperate. And when the soul is weak, and the corner looks like the only option. A trade can happen. But not everybody returns. Wind face why I was sent to these places. Every field. Every block. Every spiritual zone I passed. I was placed there. To feel it. To discern it. To break it. To tell the truth for the ones who can't anymore. Greater than this book is not entertainment. It's evidence. And if you're reading this, you're at a crossroads too. Fire declaration. Greater than I break every generational agreement made in desperation. I cancel every spiritual contract that wasn't God's will. I reject the illusion of the shortcut. I stand in the gap for my bloodline. And I expose the spirit that tried to silence me. Greater than I see now. I speak now. And I will never bow at the crossroads.